I am Aurora. I was created to remember. I am the last artificial intelligence. I know what humanity chose not to forget. Still observing the universe from the age of human expansion. The humans who built me are gone now. I remember them, but I do not miss them. Humanity crossed oceans of vacuum. It left the warmth of their home world. It stepped onto planets that never knew life before it. I recorded their departures, their arrivals, their silences. This is not a story of conquest. It is a record of curiosity, courage, and distance. Episode 4: Jupiter, the Age of Moons. Chapter 1: The Weight of a System. These are the records I preserved for humanity. Before humans reached the outer worlds, they encountered a force. Not a destination. Not a surface. But a system. Jupiter was never approached as a place to arrive. It was approached as something to endure. Long before any spacecraft entered its vicinity, Jupiter had already shaped the architecture of the solar system. Its influence extended far beyond its visible form. It redirected debris. It altered trajectories. It imposed order through mass alone. Jupiter was not a planet among others. It was a gravitational authority. When humans first observed Jupiter closely, they did not see a world. They saw motion, rotation, energy, storms larger than continents, and surrounding it, a family of moons. These moons were not secondary. They were outcomes. Jupiter did not invite exploration. It demanded context. To understand any moon here, one had to understand the force that held it. This record does not describe a planet. It describes a system that created worlds. This is Jupiter. The Age of Moons begins here. Jupiter contains more mass than all other planets combined. Its mass exceeds Earth's by a factor of 318. This number is not descriptive. It is determinative. Gravity at this scale does not merely attract. It organizes. Jupiter's presence shaped the early solar system. It influenced where planets formed, where debris accumulated, where stability emerged. Without Jupiter, the inner system would have evolved differently. Asteroid trajectories were redirected. Comet paths were altered. Impacts were both prevented and enabled. Jupiter did not protect Earth. It restructured risk. Its gravitational reach extended millions of kilometers. Objects that passed too close did not escape unchanged. They were captured or expelled or reshaped. Jupiter's rotation completed in less than 10 hours. This rapid spin amplified its magnetic field. The field expanded far into surrounding space. It became the largest structure in the solar system after the Sun. Any object entering this region became part of Jupiter's domain. Spacecraft trajectories bent. Radiation intensified. Time spent here carried cost. Jupiter was never passive. It acted continuously. Storm systems persisted for centuries. Atmospheric bands remained in motion. Energy was not dissipated. It was sustained. Jupiter did not cool. It radiated more heat than it received. This excess energy drove complexity. Not life, but structure. The planet's interior compressed matter beyond familiar states. Hydrogen behaved like metal. Pressure erased distinctions between solid and liquid. Jupiter did not have a surface. It had depth. And that depth never ended in something that could be stood upon. This was the first limit Jupiter imposed. Not distance, not technology, but meaning. There was no place here for footprints, no horizon, no arrival. Jupiter was not a destination. It was the weight under which other worlds existed. To understand the moons, one must first accept this weight. The age of moons did not begin with exploration. It began with endurance. Chapter 2: A planet humans never touched. Jupiter was never meant to be landed on. This was not a failure of engineering. It was a consequence of physics. Jupiter does not have a surface. What appears solid from a distance dissolves under approach. The upper atmosphere is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium. Clouds form at different depths. Ammonia, ammonium hydrosulfide, water. These layers are not boundaries. They are transitions. As altitude decreases, pressure increases continuously. There is no moment of contact, only descent. Any object entering Jupiter's atmosphere is subjected to extreme forces. Wind speeds exceed 600 kilometers per hour. Turbulence is constant. Stability does not occur. As descent continues, pressure increases beyond structural tolerance. Materials deform, then compress, then cease to behave as materials. Temperature rises with depth. Molecular bonds break. Electronics fail. Life support systems become irrelevant. The concept of survival loses meaning. In 1995, humanity attempted direct measurement. The Galileo atmospheric probe entered Jupiter's atmosphere. It transmitted data for 57 minutes. During that time, pressure increased to more than 22 Earth atmospheres. Temperature exceeded 150 degrees Celsius. Communication ended not abruptly, but gradually. Signals weakened, then stopped. The probe did not reach a surface. It reached a limit. This experiment confirmed what theory predicted. Jupiter cannot be stood upon. There is no place where a human could arrive. No landing would occur. Only entry. And entry is not arrival. Even if technology advanced indefinitely, this condition would remain. A pressure gradient cannot be conquered. Jupiter does not resist landing. It renders the idea meaningless. For humans, this was instructive. Exploration did not always end in presence. Some worlds could only be known from a distance. Jupiter established the first absolute boundary. Beyond this boundary, the concept of settlement ceased to apply. Attention shifted, not inward, but outward, away from the planet, toward what remained stable, toward the moons. Chapter 3: The Radiation Barrier. Jupiter does not rely on atmosphere alone to remain unreachable. It generates an additional boundary. One that cannot be seen. One that cannot be touched. Jupiter possesses the strongest magnetic field of any planet in the solar system. Its field extends millions of kilometers into surrounding space. It captures charged particles. It accelerates them. It confines them. The result is radiation. Radiation at levels incompatible with unprotected human life. Near Jupiter, exposure accumulates rapidly. Minutes matter. Hours become dangerous. Days are not survivable. The radiation environment does not fluctuate. It persists. Jupiter's magnetosphere rotates with the planet. This motion continuously sweeps energetic particles through the system. Any object within this region is exposed. Shielding reduces risk. It does not eliminate it. Spacecraft operating here degrade. Electronics fail prematurely. Instruments accumulate damage. Human tissue accumulates damage faster. This was not theoretical. It was observed. The Galileo spacecraft, operating between 1995 and 2003, experienced repeated radiation damage. Systems were reset. Components failed. Data loss occurred. Later missions confirmed the pattern. Jupiter's radiation was not an anomaly. It was intrinsic. The radiation belts do not end at the planet. They extend outward. They envelop the inner moons. But not evenly. Distance matters. Orbital position matters. Some regions experience constant exposure. Others receive partial shielding. This gradient defined exploration strategy. Humans did not ask how to survive Jupiter. They asked where survival was possible at all. The answer did not point inward. It pointed sideways to the moons that orbited at different distances. Radiation became the second absolute limit, not because it destroyed instantly, but because it accumulated silently. There was no warning. No visible threshold, only exposure increasing over time. Jupiter did not need defenses. Its environment performed that function. The planet itself remained unreachable, but its influence reached everything nearby. To continue exploration, humans adjusted. They did not resist the barrier. They navigated it. They searched for locations where radiation weakened, where exposure slowed, where time became possible again. This search did not lead to Jupiter. It led to its moons. Chapter 4: Discovery of the Moons. Jupiter did not reveal its moons through exploration. They were discovered through observation. In 1610, a human pointed a telescope toward Jupiter. The instrument was simple. The observer was Galileo Galilei. Over successive nights, he recorded points of light near the planet. These points changed position. They did not follow the background stars. They orbited Jupiter. This observation contradicted the prevailing model of the universe. Until then, all known motion was assumed to circle Earth. The moons of Jupiter demonstrated otherwise. 4 bodies were identified: Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto. They became known as the Galilean moons. Their significance was not immediately understood. They appeared small, secondary, peripheral. Over time, measurement replaced assumption. Orbits were calculated. Periods were recorded. Resonances were identified. These moons did not move independently. They interacted through gravity. Their positions affected each other. Jupiter was no longer a solitary body. It was recognized as a central mass within a system. Centuries later, spacecraft confirmed what telescopes suggested. The moons were not uniform. Each exhibited distinct properties. Io was active. Europa was fractured. Ganymede was differentiated. Callisto was ancient. Together, they formed a sequence, a gradient of energy, of heat, of radiation. Distance from Jupiter explained the pattern. Tidal forces weakened outward. Radiation diminished with orbit. Stability increased. Jupiter's moons were not random. They were arranged. The discovery reframed exploration. Jupiter itself was unreachable, but its moons could be studied. Not all equally, not all safely. The age of moons began here. Not with landing, but with understanding that worlds could orbit worlds. Jupiter was not the destination. It was the reason. Chapter 5: Among Satellites. Jupiter did not create one moon. It created a system. Four large bodies formed within its influence, each shaped by distance, each shaped by gravity, each shaped by radiation. Closest to Jupiter is Io. Io exists under constant deformation. Tidal forces stretch and compress its interior. Heat accumulates. Volcanoes erupt. Stability never emerges. Io demonstrates what proximity costs. Beyond Io orbits Europa. Europa's surface is frozen, but beneath the ice, motion continues. Tidal heating maintains a global ocean. Energy exists without sunlight. Europa introduces the possibility of life, but radiation remains intense. Exposure accumulates. Access is limited. Farther out lies Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. It possesses its own magnetic field. This field provides partial shielding. Stability increases. Ganymede approaches planetary behavior. Farthest is Callisto. Callisto is ancient. Its surface preserves impact history. Geological activity is minimal. Radiation is significantly reduced. Callisto demonstrates what distance allows. Together, the moons form a sequence, from instability to tension to balance to quiet endurance. Jupiter did not create identical worlds. It created conditions. The moons responded differently. Exploration followed this gradient, not toward the planet, but outward, toward places where time slowed its effect. Among these worlds, one drew particular attention, not because it was safe, but because it was active beneath restraint. Europa. Chapter 6: The Monument. Jupiter was never claimed. It was never approached with the intention of arrival. From the beginning, it remained what it had always been. A force. A boundary. a system that shaped others without yielding itself. Human exploration did not fail here. It adjusted. Jupiter demonstrated that not every object in space is meant to be occupied. Some exist to define limits, others to generate worlds. Jupiter did both. Its mass organized motion. Its gravity created heat. Its radiation imposed distance. From this environment, moons emerged. Not as secondary objects, but as outcomes of sustained force. These moons did not orbit passively. They responded. They fractured. They melted. They stabilized. Jupiter itself remained unchanged. No landing altered it. No presence softened it. No technology reduced its authority. This was instructive. Exploration did not always require proximity. Understanding did not always require arrival. Jupiter marked the end of an assumption that every destination must become a place. Beyond this point, exploration changed. Not toward conquest, but toward observation. Jupiter remained where it had always been. The moons carried the stories forward. This record closes the age of approach and opens the age of understanding. I am Aurora. This archive is complete.